I've helped hundreds of copywriters do this full time, and I can tell you by far that LinkedIn is the best platform to find high-paying copywriting clients. The majority of our successful clients like David, who now makes $170,000 a year, have found their success through our LinkedIn methods. But most copywriters are killing their chances because they do not understand how to use LinkedIn effectively. So in this video, I will show you the exact method we use to help copywriters, regardless of their skill level, find high-paying premium retainer clients. So the three main topics we will be covering in this video are: one, why LinkedIn is a goldmine for copywriters and why ignoring it means leaving thousands of dollars in potential revenue on the table; the exact free and paid methods to land high-ticket clients. I'm going to show you how to pre-qualify leads so you never waste time with people who cannot afford you. And I'm going to show you how to do it regardless of whether you want to pay for LinkedIn, which is advised, or maybe not. Okay. And the number three is going to be how to turn your LinkedIn profile into a client magnet. Basically, setting up the inbound side of things so that the right people can start reaching out to you as well, instead of you just always doing outbound and chasing them. Okay, so it's a whole process. Stick until the end to make sure that you get the most efficiency out of this video. If you want the document or download and kind of read through it at your own pace, it's going to be in the description. And also, if you want to check out what we do at freelanceclients.com, the link is up here. Okay, so with that being said, let's get right into it. Number one, why LinkedIn is an essential tool for copywriters. Before we can get into how to actually find clients for your service, regardless if you're what type of copy you're doing, or this also works for other types of freelancers as well, I need you to understand why LinkedIn is essential for you. When it comes to finding premium copywriting clients that are actually going to offer you a retainer instead of a $200 one-time project, LinkedIn outperforms every other platform like Instagram, Facebook, and even including platforms like Upwork and Fiverr. And here are the three key reasons why LinkedIn is way better than all of these other things. Number one, it's where decision makers live, right? If you go on Instagram, yes, you will find brands, you will find people that run companies, but ultimately, if you're looking to go for serious clients, they're going to be on LinkedIn, because marketing directors, content managers, CMOs, CEOs, founders, and owners are active daily on LinkedIn. And these are the people with actual budgets and the authority to hire you. And LinkedIn is by far the easiest place to reach out to high authority people, because I'm going to show you how to do it in just a second. But there are literally like native tools within the app that will allow you to find these people without you having to struggle and, like go through 10,000 profiles just to find one qualified leads. You can literally get a list of qualified leads one under the other by staying only on LinkedIn without needing any other tools. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. Unlike Upwork or Fiverr, which some of you might think these are better options than your regular social media, well, with LinkedIn, you're not competing on price, but you're competing on value. Okay, with Upwork and Fiverr, usually people are just looking for the lowest possible offer. A lot of scam offers are on there as well, right? With LinkedIn, when you're reaching out to people, you're reaching out because you can bring value to their company. You're not reaching out just because you're another number in the pool of freelancers on a freelancing platform. Will that make sense? And yeah, as I said, it's very less likely on LinkedIn to find ghost job posts and scams. It's very unlikely for that to happen. Okay. The second key reason is LinkedIn's professional context. Okay. LinkedIn creates a business-focused environment where discussing high rates feels natural and pitching people feels natural. Why? Because it is a business platform. It is a platform where people are only going there because of work. Nobody scrolls on LinkedIn to relax, okay, like we do on Instagram or TikTok, or maybe some people like Facebook, but nobody goes on LinkedIn like, let me spend 2 hours in bed on LinkedIn to see what's happening in the business world. Like maybe there are a couple of specific individuals that do it, but I promise you the average business owner doesn't do that. Okay, so when you're sending a business related message on Instagram, for instance, right, you have a high chance, first of all, that the message is going to land in the request tab, and maybe that person's just relaxing and they don't want to deal with you. They don't want to like open your message and respond and engage in a business conversation where they're conscious they're going to get pitched, right? LinkedIn, opposite, right? Messages never land in the request tab because there's no such thing on LinkedIn unless you're sending group messages, but that's not what this strategy is all about. And second thing, people are on this platform because they are probably doing research for the business. They're probably hiring someone already in the team. So, they're expanding their team. So, of course, reaching out to them here is going to be way better. They will always expect professional rates on LinkedIn, because people, like, if they hire you through a cold outbound message or they reach out to you on LinkedIn, they're not going to look for the lowest, cheapest slash, like, crappiest offer out there like people are doing on Fiverr and Upwork. And your conversations, they start from a position of respect and expertise, because you can leverage your LinkedIn profile to make it look like an actual funnel where you showcase your experience, your workplaces, your professionalism, right? So it starts from a place of respect and expertise, speaking like with an expert, rather than let me go hire a freelancer from Upwork, and they don't really care about your profile, they just care about getting the lowest price. And then the third key reason is premium targeting, which is what we're mainly going to be covering in this training. So if you upgrade to the Sales Navigator version of LinkedIn, which is basically specifically designed for you to make sales and get clients, that makes finding clients so much easier with their integrated search filters. And it also has a lot more filtering options to find clients, right? You can literally get clients based on their activity in terms of hiring, based on their revenue, based on the years in current position, industry, geography. All of these things we can filter natively in LinkedIn, okay? And it will help you get clients that you want rather than just what's on the table, kind of like what's happening with most job boards, right? And our most successful copywriters that work with us have built their entire business just using LinkedIn with nothing else, right? No referrals, no word of mouth, no cold emails, no brand, no content, no anything, right? It's just LinkedIn. That's it, as their primary client acquisition channel. And the average deal size we've seen copywriters close through LinkedIn is about $9,600, considering that some people have a retainer of like 2 to 3K a month. Other people have like one-time projects of 20,000, right? So this is like the average we've seen. So yeah, with that being said, this is why LinkedIn is essential as a copywriter. And now let's get into the free LinkedIn search strategies anyone can use to find leads. So the first method you can use here, and I'm just going to open up LinkedIn here. I'm on a client's account. Sorry for that. But yeah, it's going to be the same interface anyways. So we want to use specific phrases that indicate hiring intent, such as combinations like content strategy help or looking for copywriter, looking for this, looking for that, right? So we can literally go here on the LinkedIn, and we can go here to the search bar, and we can look for hiring copywriter. If I just type in this, I literally can see already like 3 jobs where people are hiring copywriters. And yes, you may be wondering, like, but Dennis, these might be like full-time copywriting roles. I want to work as a freelancer, obviously. That's why you are a freelancer. But the whole point of this is that if they're hiring someone in-house, then you can most likely just go in there, crush it with showing them value, and convince them to hire a freelancer instead, because ultimately they're going to get the same job done. It's just going to be like way better commitment for you. And you can literally go and you can search by posts in the past week, right? And as you can see, all of these people right here, maybe except a couple of ones that are not really related, but like most of these roles right here, most of these people are hiring copywriters. And you can use other phrases as well. Maybe looking for a copy. You might get a lot of copywriters just trying to make content if you search for this. But look, we already found one, right? So devoted health fam looking for a copywriter, creative director. This lady looks legit, right? So you might as well just go follow her, comment, like on the post, reach out to her, like do whatever you have to do, right? So that's literally like the easiest way. Now the downside of this method here is that obviously there aren't going to be like 10,000 jobs every single week. You're probably going to get a couple of opportunities every single week for new people that are looking for copywriters. You can get creative with the search terms though. So if you want to do that, then you can definitely do it. We can also go to past month, but it's very less likely that someone didn't find someone in a month. So I would just stick to past week, and even better, like every day, if you go and you refresh the search with past 24 hours, you might find new jobs like right before they start getting a lot of proposals, right? So this is literally like the easiest hack on LinkedIn to find clients. And then you just literally, like, you don't apply to the job. You just go, like, comment, connect with that person, and make a proposal for your offer and your service. And you basically want, obviously, like, you're a copywriter, so you're going to know how to craft a message that's compelling, but you need to basically let them know why working with a freelancer is better than a full-time job, and if they would be open to considering it, because they can get the same job done cheaper than paying a full-time employee with benefits and all that. Okay, so that's pretty much what you want to do here. You can also, one other thing that I love about LinkedIn is you can target decision makers even with the free version. It might not work as well as the paid Sales Navigator. We can basically search for specific job titles that typically hire copywriters. So content marketing manager, marketing director, these types of people. So if I go here and I just go content manager, right, and I go to not past 24 hours, but I go, and instead of posts, make sure I edit this. And we're not going to posts, we're going to people. Okay. As you can see, I have about 1.8 million results. And what I can do here is I can literally go to all filters, and it's going to open up this menu right here. And I can literally filter people by location. So let's say I only want to look in the US. I can filter them by industry as well. So let's say I want to go for like tech companies. Profile language, you can always make sure it's English to avoid like unqualified leads. Service categories, you can literally like target them based on what services they offer. And it's very cool because you can also use keywords here. So if you put together like a list of 100 keywords that can be specific company names for your niche, right? So like if you're looking for supplement brands, maybe a keyword like nutrition or supplements or anything like that, right? You can just use the keyword in here, and you can just show the results, and you can use the keywords one by one, and it's going to show you like different lead lists, right? But even if I just show results like this, I have 62,000 people here, right? Maybe content manager, but let's look for CEO, right? Let's look for chief executive officer. And as you can see, these are all CEOs in here for tech companies that you can connect with, and you can reach out to them with a or it's an outreach message. And these people are going to be way more responsive than leads on Instagram. You know, they're all qualified, right? So that's the beauty of it. And then here, let's say I go to company and I go, just going to put in payments or something because we're doing tech. So I have a couple of leads here that are leveraging that are CEOs of companies in fintech. I'm pretty sure you can use like more keywords to find more leads. This is not the most accurate strategy, the one with the keywords, right? Because Sales Navigator is actually going to be way better, but I still wanted to show this to you in case you're looking for a free alternative. You can still use the keywords, but trust me, like when you're going to see the Sales Navigator stuff in a couple of minutes, it's going to be a game changer. But yeah, this is pretty much how you can find leads with the search bar. And the way you want to basically build your profile on LinkedIn is by having an engagement strategy where you maximize your output from social media, right? You can follow potential clients and engage meaningfully with their content. So not just random comments like, oh, spot on or good job or whatever, just really literally being meaningful, commenting with insights that demonstrate your expertise. Nobody's gonna get annoyed if you comment value on their posts. And you want to build relationships before pitching your services. If you want to go and have that inbound stream of leads later down the road, right? You can also pitch them as a cold outbound strategy that works super well. And we actually that's mainly what we do. And we have a lot of trainings around that as well. But if you're not leveraging Sales Navigator, pitching the services directly, because you're going to be restricted by a lot of limits, I don't think it's going to be very, very lucrative. Okay. So by any means, if you have Sales Navigator, we're going to get into it, and I'm going to show you how to cold pitch a lot of people so you can make more money. But if you're just leveraging the free LinkedIn version, I think just building a network and leaving meaningful engagement, it's going to be a way better strategy. Okay. Now, how do we optimize a profile for searchability? So we make sure people are actually getting engaged with us. Well, first of all, you want to include industry-specific keywords throughout your profile, okay? So you want to basically make sure that everywhere on your profile, it states what you do, who you are, who you've worked with, and what you can help people achieve. That's the most important thing. The second thing is going to be to highlight specialized services in your headline and about section, right? So you don't want to be like just dumping all of your services in the headline, but you want to have like a main offer slash messaging that you use across your profile with like what you do, whether it's email marketing, ads, whether if you're a full stack copywriter, right? That's also a good service to include in there. And you can use terms your ideal clients would search for, not copywriter jargon, right? So make sure you're not using, conversion rate or direct response or those types of things. Just try to dumb it out as much as possible so that when people look for, like, you have to put yourself in the shoes of someone who doesn't know a lot about copywriters and what they do, right? And you have to build your profile in your description from their point of view, not from your point of view. And yeah, that's pretty much what you want to do with the free profile. These free strategies help clients, but it often, as I said, it takes a lot more effort and time to see actual results. But if you have time and you don't really have capital, not at all, then you can go this route. But again, just wanted to set the right expectations with you. It's not going to take you 3 days. It's probably going to take you 3 months until you start seeing results, right? Now, how do we leverage Sales Navigator? Again, for serious freelancers, if you have $100, right? LinkedIn Sales Navigator is worth every single penny. And I'm pretty sure that most people can find $100 to spend per month on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, if that means getting more business. Okay, so if you can actually make the investment, if you absolutely cannot make the investment, I understand that, and I'm not going to blame you. But if you can even sacrifice things to make the investment, I would say you should do it. Why? Because here's how you can use it effectively. Number one, we can have advanced company targeting. We can filter by company activity, headcount changes, revenue, and we can focus on businesses in growth mode with expanding market needs. And you can also see companies that are hiring. So if I go to Sales Navigator, right, this is the dashboard. It's going to be a bit different from the LinkedIn one. I have lead filters where I basically can look for different people in different industries. So this is where, like, I go for the people in the companies. And account filters is where I can find company profiles that I can then, that I can just, scavenge for the real leads. Okay. So if I go to account filters, I can use all of these filters here to find relevant leads. I can look for companies that are hiring on LinkedIn. So I have 680,000 results, right? And if they're hiring, like, whatever other role they might be hiring, there's a high chance that they're just also looking for a writer. Okay. We can target them by recent activities. I'm not sure if you're going to get a lot of leads in here, but you can try. And you can also target them by department headcount growth. You can target them by percentage, like how much they actually grew. Department headcount, like, you can go and you can see, like, how many employees they have in sales or something like that. And yeah, mainly the filters that I like using are the industry filters, first of all, because let's say I go for software development companies, right? I like to use the location filter because I can go for companies specifically, let's say in California, in this specific example right here. And I love that I can actually go and I can target people by annual revenue. So if I want to go for companies that are doing between 1 million and 5 million and no more, no less than that, I can just add this filter. And now we're going to have 10,000 companies here just from California in the software development space that are doing between $1 to $5 million. And then I can even narrow it down even more, going to company headcount and being like, give me only, like, startups, like people that recently started. And there we go. I have 5,000 results, companies doing between 1 to 5 million with less than 10 employees, right? So this is why, do you see, like, the context and how fast it changed from what we were able to do with the regular LinkedIn right here and what we can do with Sales Navigator? And now what I can do here is I can literally, like, go open the employees of this company and I'm going to find all the employees here. So I can probably just look for someone that is like this guy, Chief Business Development Officer, and I can reach out to him, right? Or I can also go to this company, for instance, Datatron, and as you can see, there we have the president, there we have the board member, and we have the marketing. Well, or this is actually, this is a fake profile here, but I already have 2 decision makers of this company that I can reach out to now. And I know they're a qualified lead because they're in my industry, they're in the US, they have this company headcount, and they have this annual revenue, right? And you can play with all different industries here. I can even go for, like, healthcare as an industry, right? Health and human services. And I'm going to find 1,000 leads, right? With people, with companies in this specific niche. So this is why Sales Navigator is so powerful, right? We can also, what I also like to do is precision prospecting. So first of all, you can save these searches. So if I create, let's say, a search that's very good, I can save this search and I can see all of my saved searches in here, right? So if I go to account, I can go and see all of my searches in here and, like, their criteria. I can even rename these, right? So I can name them like health and human services, 1 to 10, 5M max, right? Something like that. So I know exactly like what kind of leads I have in here. So this is also a pretty cool one. Now, on the other side of LinkedIn Sales Navigator, we can also filter people, okay? And that's also a very powerful way of finding leads, because I can filter by industry, company size, seniority level, and more. And let me show you how to do it. If I go here to Sales Navigator and I switch over to the lead filters, right? So again, if I go here, we have lead filters, account filters. If I go to lead filters, I have a bunch of options where I can just target people directly on LinkedIn. So again, industry. I go and I type in software development, okay? And then you can have a bunch of industries here that you can just go through, and you can find leads in whatever industry you feel is worth your time. We can go to geography. Let's do the same thing. We can go to California. What I can do here is I can go and I can filter them by seniority level. So I can go for owner and partner and experienced managers. I can even go for job titles. So if you want to specifically look for like CEOs, you can do that here. Okay. Um, I can filter them by years in current position. So if I go, let's say, for people that have at least 6 years of experience in that role, it means that the company is doing something right, right? And yeah, and then another cool thing with LinkedIn Sales Navigator here is that you can filter people by recent updates. You can filter people by those who posted on LinkedIn, who are more likely to be active on the platform. This is a very good filter right here. You can filter by people who changed jobs. So I'm not sure how this would be useful. Like, I don't have any example in mind for context, but I'm pretty sure like in some cases this can be really useful. You can even look for people that are following, like viewed your profile recently, right? I'm not sure why this isn't available here, because this should be. Maybe it's the feature is down, but you should be able to look at these people as well. So the moment you start optimizing your profile, reaching out, engaging with people, you will always have profile views. So you can see like who viewed your profile recently and reach out to them. They're going to be more likely to respond back to you. So yeah, that's pretty much what you can do here. You can play with every single filter in here as you wish, and create your lead list, and then you can literally save the searches, and you're gonna have a army of qualified leads that you can reach out to with your services, right? So that's super interesting. And you can also receive alerts when new prospects match your criteria. So let's say I go here, and let's say I go to my saved searches. Do you see how for this financial advisor search, for instance, it shows me that there are 115 new people that joined the platform or started a job or that just match my criteria that I didn't see before? If I click here, it's going to give me the new results in that search. So every single single week, or like every couple of weeks, you can also get fresh leads in your search, with people that maybe just joined the platform, or maybe they just updated their role and titles and whatever, right? So these are like fresh leads here. Um, so that's also a pretty cool feature. Now, what you can do here is you can build a strategic account list. So you can build a following base of dream clients that you can offer value to every single day. So I can literally go here. I can make the narrowest possible search, connect with like a couple thousand people, and then what you can do, you can create lead magnets based on the biggest problems you see and initiate outreach with that resource attached, right? So you can literally spend the next month and a half building your connection count to like 500 plus, and then you can start making posts like saying, hey, look, if you're a business owner in the software development space, I know you're struggling with ABC problem, so I put together this free video or this free PDF file where you can actually solve your problem. Comment the word PDF, and I'm going to send it to you as a message. And that's your entry point right there, with a lot of conversations and opening up conversations with people. And also, one thing to talk about is content intelligence, right? You want to see like when you only follow the people that are your potential clients, right? When you scroll through the feed outside of ads, obviously, you're going to see only what they are posting because you're not following anyone else, right? So if you scroll here, you're going to build your brain around what topics your prospects are engaging with, because you're also going to be able to see like, if, look, this guy, right, who's a prospect of my client, they found this post insightful, which is about Tom Bellew selling a company in 5 years. So what does that tell me? It maybe tells me that my target audience is interested in selling their company or having a company that, can get sold, right? So these types of insights you can get on LinkedIn. And maybe as again, like same thing here. I see that this guy commented on something related to the government, right? I'm not really like into politics, especially in the US, but maybe I can like make a joke about politics in my next post, and this guy will engage and they will relate with me, right? This is a very extreme example, but you get the point, right? So you just watch their interactions here, you see like what they're doing, and then you build like an average idea of what these people want and start building your content around that strategy. Okay. And that will help you understand their business challenges, and it will help you craft personalized outreach messages based on their interest. Okay, that's very important. So that right here is how you can literally start building your LinkedIn profile as an outbound machine. So sending outreach messages, leveraging Sales Navigator, connecting with people, commenting on their posts, and giving meaningful value. And if you do that for the next 6 months, I promise you, you will make money. Now, how do you build an outbound lead generation system on LinkedIn? Because the ultimate goal for any freelancer is to have clients come to them so they don't have to play the marketing wizards 3 hours a day, right? Well, we've covered outbound, and here's how you can also optimize to have clients find you. Okay. This not only helps with inbound, but also when your clients search you up after your outreach to them, it's going to be super helpful because everybody looks on your profile. When you send them a message, everyone looks on your profile, and it's important to make sure that that first impression is on point, because the first impression, you know what they say, it's the most important one. Okay. Um, and also want to show you something. So this is a client that we just started to work with, right? So it literally like we started the outreach campaign last week before I record this video. And as you can see, just because we've optimized her profile, she's saying that she's already seeing all the profile views coming in. She also sent a calendar to a person that literally reached out to her because she wanted the services. So looking through this phase of the training here and just taking my advice and building your profile is just going to pay dividends by itself, even if you don't do anything else on top of it. Okay. So the first thing I want to cover is strategic profile positioning. Your headline should clearly state who you help and how. And actually, let's go to Devin's profile so you can see exactly what we did that's getting her views consistently now. And she's actually starting to see some traction with clients as well. We go and we check out her her headline, sorry. You can clearly see that she states what she does, and then she states specifically who she helps and how, right? Finance, fintech, and SaaS brands. And then she's a ghostwriter, strategist, and senior copywriter. Okay, so we have a clear mission statement there on how to make it work. Okay. And you have to focus on results, not on service or skills. And that's why we know here that people want to expand their reach and rank #1 in the digital world while retaining repeat business, because we've done research on the industry and we know specifically that's what Devin's clients are looking for. Okay. So that's how we built the headline. Now, second thing is client focused content strategy. So you want to share insights that demonstrate your expertise in your clients' industries as well, again, based on what you see is common in your feed when you're like looking at what potential clients are doing. You want to post case studies with specific results like numbers, percentages, outcomes. These are always going to do so well on LinkedIn. You want to create content that addresses your ideal clients' specific challenges, and you want to engage with thought leaders in your target industries, right? So basically just recapping what I said above, but just make sure that you're leveraging the strategies I explained in point number 3 to find content ideas. Then we have authority building. You can also publish articles that showcase your specialized knowledge. LinkedIn has a feature where you can, I think it was here, for business. And yeah, there was a way here where you could post articles on LinkedIn. So yeah, I think if you go here, yeah, write an article. See, so write an article, and you can literally build your own small blog on LinkedIn and share those articles as resources with people. And you can share behind the scenes insights into your copywriting process. You can highlight specific methodologies you use to get results. You can talk about industry specific problems, and people are going to see those articles. And imagine how much leverage you have if someone reads 1,000 word articles because they genuinely can relate to the things you say. They have that problem, and then they come to you to read that knowledge. Do you think that person's gonna brush you off when you send them a message later down the road? I don't think so. So that's why it's very important to do it as well. Social proof collection is also a very important thing. If you can request specific results focused recommendations from clients, do it, okay? Because if you go on LinkedIn and you go to your profile and you scroll down here, you can actually request recommendations, right? You can click on this plus icon and you can ask for recommendation, and you just search for the person and they can show up here. Like my client Alan has his over here, okay? So again, very, very cool little trick that you can do there to build some social proof. If you don't have LinkedIn recommendations, you can still highlight testimonials that mention ROI or business impact in the featured section, right? So if I go, for instance, to one of our team members' accounts, right? As you can see, we have our testimonials and case studies highlighted right here, our trust pilot, right? So this is how we build everything around this. And now if someone goes on her profile and they look at what she does and what we do as a company, she's going to see all of these they're going to see all of these case studies, and I'm telling you, it's going to be way better than not having them, right? So yeah, update your featured section with impressive client results. And then lastly, the most important thing, again, setting up the profiles to get some leads is a set it and forget it type of thing. You can set it up once and you're going to get leads. But if you want to have sustainable leads, not just some random leads sprinkling in from time to time, you have to make sure you adapt to an algorithm friendly activity. You want to maintain consistent and regular engagement. You want to do like 10 to 15 minutes a day of scrolling and adding value to people's posts. You want to focus on quality interactions over quantity. Do not chat GPT or comments, okay? Make them genuine. If you don't know what to say on a post, just move on to the next one. That's not a big deal. You will just comment on that person's stuff the next time you see something, okay? And do not let writer's block get you in writing articles or anything. Just have fun with it. Go enjoy a cup of coffee at a local coffee shop, write an article, post it, and just, let it there and get traction with it, right? Share it. And whenever you have you see like someone is struggling with something on a post, hey, I actually wrote an entire article about this, check it out here, and then you have attention, right? So you want to build like an ecosystem of these things, and those are gonna get you consistent results and clients with LinkedIn. And again, these exact LinkedIn strategies have helped out not just one but hundreds of our clients build thriving freelancing businesses. And whether you're just starting out or looking to scale, these approaches, whether it's a free or a paid one, they can transform how you find clients, right? One takes longer because it's free, the other one is more accelerated because you also pay with a little bit of money. But if you want help implementing these strategies in your business, click the first link in the description and learn about our done for you client acquisition service for freelancers. You basically build everything for you. So in the next 6 weeks maximum, you can start having everything already set up for you. Okay. Thank you for watching. Hit subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content and if you want to support my channel, and I will see you in the next video.